always a 180-degree line. And no matter how high you go, the horizon always remains at the same height. And it's always going to show you a straight line. We don't live on a magical spinning ball of water, people. Traveling at 2.1 million miles per hour through an infinite vacuum of space. God created this place for us. It's stationary, fixed, and immovable.
Alright, I can't take it anymore. I just can't deal with it. Go to an Earth curvature calculator and look it up. So, and put it into ChatGPT. Like, just do some research, okay? It just searches the internet for you. So let's check it out. It's often approximated at 8 inches per mile squared curvature, but a more accurate calculation based on, they're calling the Earth's radius 3,959 miles, right? So how many feet of drop would there be at 100 miles? You use the following formula. Height equals distance squared over 2 times the radius. H is the drop in height at 100 miles, right? Is the distance, and the Earth's radius is 3,959 miles, right? So plug in the values. It's not complicated. They're saying this is more accurate than 8 inches per mile squared. 8 inches per mile squared gets you 6,600 feet, and this calculation gets you almost 6,700 feet. What do you guys not understand? I don't get.
We may have just unlocked something huge when it comes to our realm. So you know Enoch, he was given a dream where he looked up and saw the dome and saw 7 windows of heaven opening up and the water coming down to fill the enclosure of earth, or the container of earth. Remember, this is Noah's great-grandfather, so when Noah came, God sent a rainbow, right? Think about this. The rainbow is shaped like a dome. It has 7 colors, right? 7 windows of heaven. Also in Enoch, he was taken up through all of the heavens, right? Look at this. You've heard of the 7 heavens, right? You've also heard of red shift and blue shift. It's how modern science knows if stars are closer to us, traveling towards us, or further away, traveling away, right? If stars traveling towards us, it will appear blue shifted, right? And then the opposite, red shifted. And look at this. What's on the bottom here? And then what's on the top? And how come more near stars are blue shift? Our sky is blue, and so is the bottom of a rainbow. 7 windows, 7 heavens, 7 colors of a rainbow. Also, how do we get our general white light? Well, it's made up of all of the colors of the rainbow. So what if there are 7 heavens, all with their own domes, right? And the reason things seem blue shift or red shift is where they exist in the heavens. And how we get our light is because it's God's light shining down through all of the heavens, reaching earth. I was thinking about all this today, and it correlates with Enoch's vision, the symbol that was given to Noah, 7 colors, 7 windows, 7 heavens, container of earth. What do you think?
Stop getting fooled by these images of Antarctica. This is not Antarctica, and this is not Antarctica. These are all stations in an island. Because Antarctica looks like an ice wall. It's not really what you think. This is the highest elevation in the whole world, because this is the thing that keeps all the water in the whole world contained. Because this does not work. I mean, it's common sense. It's a ball. Water, if I pour it right on top of this ball, film, right? And that's why this ball is in the water, because the ball cannot contain water. But if it was in a cup, shit's going down. If it was in a car, think about it, it's flat and got the edges everywhere. It's going down. That's how the world is. It's flat. And Antarctica is the ice wall. This does not work. You can't have water on this, and you can't go down, and you can't, this does not work. We're not spinning. This is the new standard map of the world. This used to be in the map they used to teach in the schools in the 1800s and 1900s. And you can see here Antarctica is around the whole world of the map. And the 7 countries are right here, or 7 continents are right here. And the oceans here, and it's contained by the what? The highest elevation, Antarctica. The sun and the moon are the same size. And this is the reason why the eclipse is exactly the same size. But as you see here, the beam of the sun is just 7-folds brighter of the moon's, which will look like bigger. But in reality, if I got a flashlight, right, and I put that bitch on, right, and the beams are going like this, and I got the same exact size of a flashlight, put it right there, guess what? The beams are going to still be going a little out, right? Because that's light. That's how light works. So they are the same size. The sun and the moon are the exact same size. It's just light. It's just the sun is just more stronger. The sun is moving around. The moon is moving around. Soon enough, they will meet because the moon does move faster because there's less nighttime than the daytime. So that's why the eclipse happens, and this is also why the sun and the moon are the same size. And this is also why they're lying to all of us in the school systems about all this space shit to get us away from the true creator. But I don't understand why they're trying to get us from the true creator, right? Well, this is why. They make a lot of money, and also he's right above us the whole time, just watching us in his firmament, in his world, in his realm, in his beautiful, actual true meaning, and not no spinning ball of water, because that doesn't even work ever in life. I don't care if you come from space, science, because they're all lies.
Every picture of Earth is a Photoshop CGI image. Now this is Robert Simmons. He's a lead data visualizer and information designer. He's also the one that created the famous blue marble. He actually admits that the images of the globe are artificially created.
It is photoshopped, but it has to be. It is photoshopped, but it has to be.
Now later in the interview, he also states that he just hits Command Z a lot.
Didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat, or the clouds are sort of too see-through, so I just hit Command Z.
Now this is exactly what it looks like. Just copied and pasted. Something else I found very interesting is this photoshopped CGI image of Earth was the default wallpaper of the first ever iPhone. Now that is exactly how they indoctrinate you. If you actually took the time and did the research and looked how our ancestors depicted the Earth, they always depicted the Earth to be flat with a firmament above us. Like the Hebrews depiction, the Indians, Vikings, Egyptians. Something else I found extremely interesting, that the man that discovered NASA, Werner von Braun, put a Bible verse on his tombstone. Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Well, the guy who created NASA believes in space, puts a Bible verse that directly contradicts space on his tombstone. Now that's a little weird, but if you know, you know. Does anyone else find this weird? When they launch these rockets, the trajectory on these rockets never goes straight up. They always curve every single launch. I think I know why.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
What he is referring to is God's firmament, which is a closed system. But let's just see what the Bible has to say. We're in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. Book of Job even tells us what the firmament's like. Verse 18. Hast thou with them spread out the sky, which is strong and as molten looking glass. Now let's take a look at the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 6. Is he who builds his upper chambers in the heavens, and has established his vaulted dome over the earth, he who calls the waters to the sea and pours them out on the face of the earth, the Lord is his name. Has established his vaulted dome over the earth. So God has founded a vaulted dome over the earth, which is referring to God's firmament. I'm here to tell you, God's word is true. He wants a relationship with you, not a religion. Sorry to break it to you, but the only thing that's been to space is your imagination. There's no such thing as space. You're probably asking yourself, bro, how can you be so sure that the earth is flat? Well, it's pretty simple and obvious that Flight Pass proves that the earth is flat. So on this flight, they stopped all the way up in Amsterdam, which on a globe would make no sense. Why couldn't they just go from Argentina, hit South Africa, then India? But if you take a look at it on a flat earth map, which all pilots use by the way, from Argentina to India, look, Amsterdam is along the way. There's another one that wouldn't make any sense. A flight from Dallas to Beijing, they stopped in Calgary. If you take a look at it, on a flat earth map, Dallas to Beijing, Calgary is along the way. Alrighty, this one has to be seriously obvious to you guys. So this flight was from Santiago to Johannesburg, and they stopped all the way up in Senegal. Like, if we're on a ball, just fly on the bottom side of it. No need to pass the equator. But when we check it out on a flat earth map from Santiago to Johannesburg, look, Senegal is along the way, needing to pass the equator. And my favorite of them all has to be this one. This one is gonna make you scratch your head. So this flight was from Auckland to Lima, Peru, and they stopped all the way up in Los Angeles, passing the equator. Like, do you see the problem here, guys? But if you take a look at it on a flat earth map, Auckland to Lima, Peru, Los Angeles is along the way. Guys, I could do this all day long. Flight path proves that the earth is flat.
Hi. So, today I wanted to talk about this place, Antarctica. Now, mainstream science and Hollywood documentaries would have us believing that Antarctica here gets 24-hour sun, right? But that would mean that all of the continents that are the closest to Antarctica, like Australia and South America and Africa, would also get 24-hour sun. But they don't, do they? Nope. This video is only for people with critical thinking, logics, and common sense. If you don't have any of that, you're going to want to scroll on, okay? So, I'm going to show you the places that do get 24-hour sun. On this map, you will see this is a Gleason's map. So not only do all major world organizations use this map as their logo, but right here is the North. And this little green section right on here is Alaska. That gets 24-hour sun. What a coincidence. And some of Russia gets 24-hour sun. And Greenland gets 24-hour sun. And Norway and Sweden, they also get 24-hour sun. Do you think that since our government, lies to us about everything else, and they poison us with the air and our food and our water, you don't think that they would just, lie to us about our home and where we live? Because, what would they get for lying, right? Except for the fact that we are trapped here, paying their taxes, paying for the water that God gave us for free, right? And the food that God gave us for free. How about the oil or the energy that God gives us for free? Or gas that God also gives us for free, right? No, they want us thinking that we live on a spinning ball flying through the universe. Even though they can't prove it, they just brainwash you since birth to believe it. But all observable observation from land, sea, and air show a stationary, level plain with mountains, valleys, rivers, and oceans. And no, I don't believe that we have an edge. Antarctica is not a continent at the bottom of a ball. It's an ice wall that surrounds us 360 degrees. And I think that there is more land beyond the ice wall. Because our government hired this guy, Admiral Byrd, to go and explore it, and he came back and said that there are lands as big as America beyond the South Pole, the South region, that have not been discovered yet. And he did this interview on the television, live, and if you know anything about the Masons, they are part of a secret society, and if they start talking about things, you will get your life ended. And what a coincidence, Admiral Byrd was found dead with a heart attack. And his son was also found murdered in a warehouse. What a coincidence, right? So, back to this map. North is directly in the middle, the whole ice ring going around us is south. If you guys want this map and you want to zoom in on everything and read all the fine print details, just ask me and I will get you the link, okay? It's at Yale University's website. And you can zoom in on all of this stuff. This down here has your scales and stuff, I'm like in the way. And this tells you about the summer solstice. On the other side, talks to you about the winter solstice. Tons of details. But I am going to do another video on the lands beyond the ice wall that I think we have. Because if everybody finds out this, that we would leave. We would leave. And we wouldn't be paying taxes anymore. We wouldn't be paying for the Congress and all of them anymore. And all of their houses and their cars that they have. Nope. But they have a treaty signed by 13 nations, which we can't get along on anything, but man, we can get along on this treaty. There is no question about that. It's coincidentally right here in the water. So there are sensors that are in the water that tell them when you leave your continent and you get too far out there, they will come get you. You can pay $10,000 and take a guided tour from a cruise to the peninsula, but you cannot get off and independently explore. If you take your private plane and you get too close, the fighter jets will come and make you turn around. It's the same thing with your private boat. Depending on what continent you leave on, you get too close to that wall, the sensors go off, the warships will come to you and tell you to turn around. Okay? They are not playing. They don't care. Nobody's going to miss you. Okay? You're talking about big ocean waters. They don't care. It's the government. Okay? There's a reason why they have this treaty. Also, people will say, oh, but you can work there. Sure, you can work there, but there are rules to working there. You cannot independently go and explore. You have to stay at your station. And if you think that you are going to violate protocols, you will be fired like that. Okay? They aren't playing. There are more lands beyond the ice wall. And there are maps, old century maps that show people beyond the ice wall, lands beyond the ice wall, animals beyond the ice wall. There's more resources out there, people. It's 2024. It's okay to know that you have been lied to. It's okay to wake up. And it's okay to let the people know that you love and that you care about that we have been lied to. It is okay to do that. And there's steps and processes that they will go through. First is going to be denial, and then they'll start to wake up. And did you know that there's like a fact that the people who are die hard, we live on a globe, and they won't even entertain the idea that they don't live on a spinning ball, and that the government would never lie to them about, anything else, or the government sure would lie to us about this and this and that and that, but the government would not lie to us about our home. Yes, the government will lie to you about your home. 100% the government will lie to you about that. These people are leftists, okay? I'm not part of the whole political thing, but it's one thing that I have noticed on my journey with waking people up, both left and right. They are leftists. If they don't want to wake up, they're not going to wake up. They are gung-ho, space is real, aliens are real. They really think that there are other Earths out there that they're going to go live on and land on. They think they're going to go live on Mars because they've been brainwashed and conditioned to believe that. And it's hard for them to wake up. Anyways, most other people wake up like that. It's pretty easy. Then they just start seeing all of the lies and all of the deception everywhere. Okay? It's literally everywhere. And if you don't know, the CIA is who invented Hollywood. So, it's brainwashing through the movies, it's brainwashing through the music, it's brainwashing through the education system and through the universities. It's worldwide. They are all in on it together, okay? Okay.
It came in the mail and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.